So, dear people, let's think what we can do today. We can meditate on. Remember the word meditate is so important. We just don't have this view in our culture. But the verb in Tibetan, to meditate, is literally the verb to familiarize, to become familiar with, which means to practice. It's very surprising. So what are you familiarizing what with? Well, your mind with what? Two things, virtue and wisdom. That's it. Virtue and truth, virtue and wisdom. That's it. That's what meditation is. So when we talk about single point of concentration, it's technically not meditation. It's just the preparation, the training of the mind to get focused. The real meditation happens when you do the second mode. It's important to understand this. We're so addicted to the idea that meditation is sitting down, feeling nice and breathing. And that's ridiculous. Monkeys breathe nicely too. So we need to understand what we're doing. All right, just get your body comfy. Your body doesn't meditate, but it's good to be in a conducive position for your mind to do its job. So just again, remembering, as His Holiness Dalai Lama says, it's really auspicious to start, even for a second, in full lotus position, just for be able to do it in the future for the more advanced practices. There's something very practical about it, because when the body's in that position, these yogis can sit like that for days on end, weeks, months on end without toppling over. And also the subtler energies are aligned very nicely. So it's really important. You can do it for a second, then great. If not, half lotus. If not, regular cross-legged. If not, sitting in a chair. And when in a chair, sit upright. Don't slump into the back of the chair. Because the important thing is meditation is not relaxation. There are lots of relaxation techniques, and we need them. This meditations are not relaxation. Otherwise, you just go to sleep, and that's not meditation. So then your hands in the mudra of the gesture, the mudra, like the typical one, under hand under left and right. So thumbs touching, forming a triangle, left underneath the right, cupped in your lap, otherwise on your knees as you wish. Your back straight, your shoulders relaxed, but muscles relaxed. Upright but relaxed. And your head slightly tilted forward. Three things about the head, four main things. First, slightly tilted forward. If it's thrust back, you get more agitated. Chin tucked in slightly. Jaw relaxed, lips slightly apart, tip of the tongue behind the top teeth. Yogis and yoginis over the centuries have found this prevents you from dribbling. Very practical. Eyes looking down, as if you're looking along your nose towards the ground. So settle into that and then forget about it. Just sit there and I want to do the 9-round breathing again, but I always forget which direction things go. I always forget. Breathing out through the left must be attachment. Yeah, okay. So breathing in, breathing out through the right is aversion. We'll try that. So this is often a technique that all the lamas say you start it before you do your session, because it helps your mind being steady, because the mind and the winds are linked. So by using your breath, and then we're using visualization here as well. It's a very nice little practice. Lama Yeshe mentions it briefly in Mahamudra. So just do 3 sets of 3 breaths. Roughly speaking, you breathe out 3 times, I think this is right, to the left nostril. And you imagine it's all your attachments, your neediness, your expectation, your craving to be approved of, your feeling of lack of self-worth, all your dissatisfaction, all of that's energy. That's all attachment. So breathe it out so happily. Imagine all that rubbish out through the left nostril like yucky smoke. 3 times. Then when you breathe it, the next 3 you're breathing out, you're visualizing 3 times out through the right. That's your aversion, irritation, upset, frustrated, annoyed, anger. All out through your right. Totally disappearing into space, yucky smoke. Then every time you breathe in, you do the opposite. You visualize blissful light coming from the universe, all the blessings and all the opposite of that very energy coming in like light through the opposite nostril, coming right in, filling you completely. And then when you breathe out, that light, that drives out the rubbish stuff. This feeling of kind of circular, And then the third three breaths you imagine, in fact, is reality, breathing out through both. And it's your ignorance, indifference, uncaring, like that. Strong, complete breath, not rough, not too loud and harsh. All the way in blissful light of peace and satisfaction through your right, and out yucky attachments, needy expectations through the left 3 times. And all your peace and fulfillment, peace and contentment and patience through the left, blissful light coming into you, and then out like yucky smoke, all the anger, aversion, irritation. Then in indifference, if we think of sentient beings, the opposite of this ignorance is a kind of like just sort of opposite to ignorance, kind of like spacious mind, breathing in the light through both, and then breathing out this indifference, uncaring, ignorant energy, narrow-mindedness, something like that. And if you forget what you're doing, just start again. So focus on the breath, and then as well as the thinking of what you're visualizing a few times. Did you hear me say those words just then, people? I'm sorry, I didn't have the mic on. Oh dear. It's all again. Okay, so now we contemplate. It's not on. Can you hear me now? You can hear me.
I can hear.
So we now contemplate the 4 immeasurable thoughts. You know, this is familiarizing. Here in this case, we are doing a meditation, a familiarization with these marvelous thoughts of the Bodhisattva. You know, that's good. Thank you, Elizabeth. So first, think. And the third, so there's 4 lines. May they have equanimity, then may they all be free of suffering, which is compassion. May they all have happiness, which is love. And then may they be, you know, always not parted from bliss. And then the third line in each of this is the brave attitude of the Bodhisattva. I will make this happen. This is the attitude of the Bodhisattva, the courage. You know, they talk about love and compassion. Love is, may you be happy. Compassion is, may you not suffer. And then you've got great compassion. And you could say you could have great love as well, which is the next step. I will make it happen. That we must cultivate. That gives such optimism, you know. Because Bodhisattvas feel it's their job. That's what we're trying to cultivate. So the first one, equanimity. So think how wonderful it would be. Think of all sentient beings out there in front of you. Visualize them all the enemies, all the friends, all the strangers, all beings. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings could have equanimity, free of attachment, aversion, and indifference. May they have equanimity. I will make this happen. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. So just have Shakyamuni Buddha in the sky in front of us, oneness with the mind of our lamas. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings could be free of suffering and its causes. Karma and delusions, that's what's the causes of suffering. Karma and delusions. May they be free. This is what compassion is. May they all have compassion. Because compassion is, may you not suffer. And we're wishing this for all. I will make this happen. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. You think, you know, putting this into practice every second, when you see people suffering, you think, may they be free of suffering. That's having compassion. And may they be free of suffering. Then may I make it happen. And if it's something you can do, you do it. Instead of just closing your eyes. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings could have happiness and its causes, which is love. May you be happy. But Lama Zopa says to remember here not just regular happiness, but the happiness of enlightenment. May they have them. Happiness and its causes. When you see others, want them to have this. Don't just look blankly at sentient beings, you know, don't just see them through the lenses of our attachment. See them through the lenses of love and compassion. May they be free of suffering. May they be happy. I will make this happen. Program our mind with that brave attitude. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never parted from higher rebirths and liberation's excellent bliss. May they never be parted. I will make this happen. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. So I just kind of imagine now Shakyamuni Buddha sending radiant beams of blessings of light from his heart, to all these suffering sentient beings throughout the universe, as well as ourselves. As we say a few times, his mantra. Remembering that, the attitude of Shakyamuni, his hand in that mudra on his knee, they say the earth touching mudra. This indicates his particular quality of enthusiasm, of joyful effort, of never giving up. That's the key quality of a bodhisattva, enthusiasm. I can do it. Never giving up. He vowed never to move from that seat until he achieved his goal. So with that attitude, the one of I will make this happen with enthusiasm. It's a huge quality just for oneself, one's own benefit. It's incredible. Optimism, enthusiasm. So Shakyamuni Buddha so compassionately sending out just beams of yellow golden light. Remember, imagine entering into all the suffering beings in the universe, all the friends, all the enemies, all the strangers. Achieving exactly what we thought, having equanimity, may they be happy, may they be free of suffering, may they never be parted from liberation and bliss. As we sing a few times his mantra. Taya ta om beka, oh no, it's the wrong one. Taya ta om muni, taya ta om muni muni maha munaya swaha. It's not the right tune, I have to remember it. Taya ta om muni muni maha munaya swaha. Taya ta om muni muni maha munaya swaha. It's the wrong tune, never mind, I can't remember it. Taya ta om muni muni maha munaya swaha. That's wrong too. Taya ta om muni muni maha munaya saya. Taya ta om muni muni maha munaya swaha. 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 Full of this golden light. Imagine every sentient being full of these blessings. So now imagine he dissolves. Buddha goes to the crown of every single being's head throughout the universe. Our head and the head of billions of manifestations go out on the crown of the head of every being. He dissolves into all of them. They all become Buddha, their own Buddha, oneness with the Buddha's mind, oneness with the Guru's mind. All of them throughout space. And then imagine all these transformed Buddhas, all of them, all dissolve into you from all directions, above, below, behind, to the sides, in front. All these transformed beings, these radiant golden Buddhas, all dissolve into you, enhancing even more brilliantly your Buddha nature, your Buddha self. Imagine. So now you imagine that your mind, your body and your speech, completely oneness with the mind, body and speech of the Buddha, and completely oneness with the mind, body and speech of your Lama. Who is the Buddha for you? Totally oneness, union oneness, as Lama Yeshe would say. Totally blissful. So now you imagine you pervade space, you expand, just expand to fill space. Totally infinite, blissful, radiant, clear. And just relax into that. No thoughts. Vast, blissful, clear. No thoughts. And then just come back to me now, here who we are, and however much left of the day we have, we determine to remember these four immeasurable thoughts every time we see sentient beings. They just kind of glaze over, just, oh, there's people, there's dogs, being remote. Activate that thought. May they be free of suffering. May they have happiness. This is so simple. Such a simple practice every day. Instead of just seeing them outside there, they're living beings. And if we have the bodhisattva attitude, we're like their mother, we have to take care of them. Thinking like that, as a mother would if she saw her child. Just like that. We have to cultivate it. It doesn't come naturally until we have bodhicitta. So we have to practice. Simplest practice, just to remember it. That's it. 30 minutes gone, like I said, but it was 1 second ago. But we did all those thoughts in 30 minutes. How amazing. And every one of those thoughts has gone in, sowed seeds in our mind. So we nourish these seeds from the second forward and be delighted. And that's everything. Goodbye. Thank you so much, everyone, for turning up. Thank you, sweethearts. Jeffifer and Barbara and who else? Jayla and Carol, Linda, Anna, Dawn, Marianne, Christina, Elizabeth, Lou, Michael, Kimberly, Alice, Jimmy, Claire, Rachel, Wade, Mary Jo, Victor, and Phyllis. And I think Linda, I said that. And Anna, there you go. Everybody, okay? Keep moving, never give up. Much love, everybody.